okay? There's all over the place. That's why it's important for us as coaches to simplify the things, because if we know how to deal and we teach the players how to make decisions and make good passes and space the court the right way so they can play. And two-on-ones, in general, we just got to practice this type of situations. And the two-on-ones doesn't have to be like the most of the times we coaches do. This two-on-one, fast break, one defender, two guys arriving. This is the most common one that happens, but how many times that happens in a game? In the whole season, happens just a few times. The two-on-one in transition, fast break drill. It's a good drill to do, but it doesn't happen a lot. But a lot more times happen if we get a player with the ball here, a player in the elbow, or a player in the short corner on the other side, or a player in the corner, and we get one defender there, the defender him, and I just go, and you got to make decisions based on that. Or when I drive to here, I have my teammate here and his defender. We play this two-on-one, and I drive, he space the court there, or he space there, and we play this two-on-one. All these million possibilities of playing two-on-ones that we saw in this clip, we got to break them down and set up and design practice drills so they learn how to deal with this situation, because it's totally different, the spaces and the distance between passer and receiver to deal with these passes. And it's not the same if I drive, my teammate is in the mid post. I beat my defender jump, I fake, my defender jumps, so it's out of the picture. We play two-on-one, my teammate me in this shorter space. But this happens in the game a lot. I can pass, and it's not the same if I dribble with my left, pass like this, if I pass like this, if I pass like this. It's not the same if when I am driving, my teammate does this, or doesn't move, or does this. It's totally different. That's why we got to create these little breakdown drills and situations in practice, or we practice all these types of, especially the passes and the footwork. Give the ball, please. We talk about the bounce passes. I like to use bounce passes in many drills because it's a little slower than a normal pass and give more time for us to work on the decision making and all that. As soon as they get good at that, the pass should be straight and strong and more real, okay? But a little thing that I was thinking of now, talking about this type of two-on-one situation. Just one little thing about passes, about two-on-ones in half court. How important is where the ball bounces? How important is? Please, join me, go on the red line. Okay, let's say the distance between us, this line in the middle is half of the distance. How different is if a bounce pass bounces in the middle, or if the bounce pass bounces there? How much of a difference? And this also happens, we go baseline, please. If the distance between us is short. Let's say I'm driving, your defender is there, is in between us, so imagine the defender is there. How different is if you move along with me, how different is if the ball bounces here, or if the ball bounces there? Another very common situation, go to the baseline. You're the big guy behind the glass there on the baseline. How much, go deeper, how much of a difference is if this bounce pass bounces there, or if the bounce pass bounces there? Okay, we will see clip later. Thank you. The spin affects the speed of the ball. And this spin, where the ball rotates backwards, is totally different than this spin. And when the ball touches the ground, the speed changes a lot. And for certain type of passes, when we do this, and the ball slows down after hitting the ground, bounces higher, and goes not as long. And that affects, and practice accordingly is important. In my opinion, the most of the bounce passes, so I can tell you, the bounce passes in general should bounce as close as possible to the receiver. Not in the middle of the distance, not in the middle of the way. For sure, in the second half of the distance. The reason is also because, obviously by physics, when the ball touches the ground, it slows down a little. but if we make the trajectory before the bounce longer, we'll probably take less time to arrive to the hands. Remember what we said before, the responsibility of the passer that the ball arrives to the hands of the receiver, and the responsibility of the other guy catch it. But you as a passer gotta make sure the ball gets there. If he fumbles it, then it's fine, but you have to get the ball there. Now, I want us to look at these few clips on 2-on-1 because there's a little bit of a principle that I like to work a lot on fast break situations, okay? Very common. To me, this 2-on-1 here. You see, right? Against this guy. 2-on-1. Depending on what the person with the ball does, we can still have the advantage or we can lose the advantage. We come back to the play. Okay, by him passing the ball that early converts a 2-on-1 into a 1-on-1. Because now, this guy, sorry, but forget this guy, the guy who made the pass. Forget this guy. Actually, it should be, okay, forget this guy. This guy doesn't exist anymore. It's a 1-on-1. Because if the person, the next teammate is behind you, you're going to give a chance to the defense, which is what happens in this clip. He is there to defend the ball, and he arrives on time to defend the pass, or at least to bother the guy enough. At least to bother the guy enough. But look at this. Okay, the guy is here in reality. If the guy was here, and this pass was ahead, this guy would never make it on time. You see the picture, right? I mean, it's not high quality editing, but I hope you understand this. Here's where the guy is in reality, is behind the ball. And now the guy is defending the ball and arrives on time to touch it. So there's really the 2-on-1 is not that much of advantage. Plus, you give a chance to somebody running behind the next defender to arrive if you pass behind, if you pass somebody who's behind you. Now, the person without ball runs and gets beyond the ball. And there is nobody arriving, it's impossible to arrive. But if he had passed the ball to him now, when the guy is behind, then the defender would have arrived. This is super good, and this is the guy on the other team that he did this play, and I loved it. How simple is basketball like this? The guy catches the ball, fast break. He realizes quickly he doesn't have numbers, so look behind. What's going on behind him? He sees it, and he waits, and let the people off the ball get in front. And now, this is, forget number 16, is this defender, number 9, against these two guys, because he's not doing nothing. Get beyond, the defense commits. As the pass is forward, there's no possible he arrives. Another example of not passing early, but waiting, the person with the ball waiting for the people of the ball to get in such a position where the situation can be solved with one pass and a head. As I see the 2-on-1 in general terms, fast break, or in general terms is, person with the ball attacking the basket if I have advantage. 1-on-0 is better than 2-on-1. Good. If the defender is in front and is with me, it's 1-on-1. I can do all types of moves, anything, but it's 1-on-1. If I wait and the next guy arriving is my teammate, then it's a 2-on-1. And I prefer 2-on-1 than 1-on-1. I think it's easier to score for the team. So, rule on fast break, on when you got numbers, 4-on-3, 3-on-2, 2-on-1. The people that has to run is the people without the ball. person with the ball got to run some, obviously cannot be walking. But it's important is the people without the ball go occupy the spaces, run the lanes, get in the corners, get under the basket. Those are the ones that create advantage. And then pass at the right time. Person with the ball, defense there. Then my teammate is in front of me a little bit. If still the defender does not commit and I can finish, I might be able to finish. If the defender commits and I make the only one pass is forward, then this guy is not going to come back. If that pass is not forward, it's the same level or behind, the defender has a chance to bother me and maybe even bother him. Okay? Very important. The pass has to be one and to the basket and ahead and forward. Okay. Okay, basically, this is the idea I wanted you to remember for the 2-on-1s that we mentioned before, and I didn't show you these few clips. We saw before the finishes of the last bounce rule. When there was a clear option, we saw the Euro steps, the left, right, one step finishes, all these quick actions where I emphasize the fact of less number of steps and less number of dribbles possible, right? So now, we go one step beyond and go, what happened when there's no clear? I explained to you there a little bit what we're doing. We see a few clips on that. Attacking dribble. Gets to that position. The drill we were talking there, okay? What we were saying there. Make the bounce. If the defender is clear, is too deep, and I have a chance to pull up the shot. Sure. If the defender is too far behind, quick finish. If the defender is not clear, 50-50. In this case, clear, pull up, bam. Okay. Attacking dribble. Read the defense. Is making that bounce. Is beating the defender. There is somebody there. Is that clear? One more dribble and try to get a little bit of a contact before the shot. Very good example of what we said before about not being clear and keep the dribble alive. Keep the dribble alive. Nothing. Ball, dribble of 2 feet, control. And then until you find a mismatch and get that pass. 2 feet, I like it a lot. We worked a lot on this. Get the players to have the habit of playing of 2 feet with jump stops or without jump stops is super important because it gives you an extra time to decide. Just basically give you extra time. Super good play, Mateo Español, our point guard, on that play, keeping the dribble alive and waiting for his teammate to get beyond to make the pass. Pam, jump stop. All the 2-on-1s we were talking before, but jump stop to control and give him that extra time to decide. Defender recovering, play with the ball, dribbling, jump stop, contact. Some of them could be fouled. This is close to be fouled. But the defender is recovering and with the ball, and I'm trying to jump, like I said before, on the railway of the other one. Jump in, pump, and get that little bit of advantage. If he's that clear, it's very likely to get in once because you have already the ball in 2 hands. You saw that again? Like I said before. Dribble, one more dribble. And now, contact, get a little bit of a contact to make that separation and make that defender give a space for the defender. Alive, keep the dribble alive, keep the dribble alive, keep the dribble alive. And I don't know how they call trouble, but keep the dribble alive to keep the options open and pivot and pivot and keep it and pivot and be patient. Super good play. How common is that the players in these situations get the ball, they get 1, 2, and jump in the air. But here, Gabri make another bounce and 2 feet. And now pivot. And of 2 feet, he has time to decide. Similar to the one we saw before with Karates and going right. Now, he makes the decision to keep the dribble alive, it's not clear, and then, pop, get in the paint, fake, and stay on the ground to make decisions. Many players jump. Many players lose the defensive stance. Sometimes you have to just be patient. 2 feet, boom. Super. This is a very simple play. Partizan from Belgrade is a team that does super good. The driving kicks under control with 2 feet in the paint. And plays like this is a super good example. Similar with a cut. Now, number 1, Gabri is cutting. He's not playing one-on-one with the dribble, cutting. Pop, 2 feet. It was not clear. Defender jumps, pump. 2 feet to make decisions. 2 feet, pull up to make decisions. Super good example. This is what I told you before. We were talking about Jokic and Doncic. Why the good players look slow? Because they play watching. They watch what is happening and they play as they watch what is happening. Here, our guard, Maltedello here, he dribble, look, until the defender makes a terrible play and they just leave him under basket, obviously. But if you catch the ball and you take 2 steps and you're in the air, that would have never happened. He would have never had time to judge and to see that. This is our second team. Number 24 here does a wonderful play, attacking on the catch that we were talking. Second dribble creates a little bit of separation with the hand, could be foul or not, but another dribble to play of 2 feet and find himself open for that shot. Great play. I will show you probably tomorrow. I don't think we'll have time. This is a drill we do in practice a lot. This drill, the move he's doing now, number 15 with the ball, 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and attack, pump. And that attack make it good. The skill level of this play is unbelievable. Because you see how he bounces the ball. You see what he does with the wrist? He's like that. He's dribble out and forward. See how far he gets with the bounce to dribble. He was on the free throw line by doing this, getting to the gap, throws the ball ahead, chases the ball, and play of 2 feet. This is one of the skills. Tomorrow, one of the parts of the methodology, I will talk to you about the schools. We have in the off season mainly, but we have in different moments what we call the schools. We have point guard school, the shooters school, and the big man school, or post school. And we make the players practice those concepts, or those ideas of those positions, regardless of the age, the team, sometimes boys and girls mix, sometimes 18-year-old with 15-year-olds, doesn't matter. Because we practice the skills necessary to play those positions. Sometimes it's a big guard, needs to work on the post school, and sometimes it's a skill big that we want him to learn to play point guard skills, okay? And this skill, he does that advanced dribble to get distance, go beyond the defender, is one of the things we practice there, along with the jump stop he does there. And now a couple handoffs, another source of us deciding on the catch. You see, the guy is jumping, it's technically trouble, because if you jump and land with the same leg, it's trouble. But keep trying to do it, but don't unless they call it. But the reality is that get a little jump on the handoffs is very good, and we work on that because it gives you an extra time to decide. And the option of shooting is always there. And sometimes the players get the handoffs and get full speed running the ball, get in there, the defender go under, or the defender gets a screen, and they don't even see they're open for shots. And we want every action to be able to read Now the defender goes under, he reads it, and he shoots it. Another handoff we saw before. He dribbles, he could have shot here. He could have shot here. And now Luis, he doesn't do the hop, he does little steps. The defender switched late, and he's open for the shot. Clear? Anything? Okay. Finishing to the back. And now, you see the replay? It's not that clear here. On the replay, we could see more how he contact now on bam, bam, on the step previous of the shot, getting that contact enough to get the foul. Another with contact, boom. That little contact is enough for the defender not to block. First step, contact now, and then the defender is going to be late. Because that impact, if you don't take too long to shoot, if you just go pom pom, the defender is going to be late. No, this shouldn't be here, but this is a similar idea. Very good example of 2 feet, transition. How many times we give the ball to the bigs in transition, run in the middle, and they get in trouble, they charge the guys. The same idea for not controlling 2 feet. In this one, pump. That little hop, 2 feet, stop, and make the decision. Our under 16, 2 feet, pump. 2 feet. Cut, 2 feet. Two feet. How easy is in situations like this that the player cutting, making this cut, receiving, does this. And lose balance and move away from the basket. Here, of 2 feet, stay under the basket. It seems silly. 2 feet. I would not emphasize enough the importance of making all these plays, finishing with 2 feet. If it's not clear, 2. If you learn to deal with contact with 1, okay, but try to control the body like that, okay? Now, we have seen before decision making regarding my man. Now we're going to work on the same, but regarding other people, okay? So, and now we're going to need several, like at least 4 of you, okay? 1 ball. Before we were, okay, some of you drive here, somebody in the corner with a defender, and somebody here defending on the side. Before, we didn't take into account them. We're just working on this, so you get beat, and we make that last bounce. Wait a second, you make the last bounce exactly, and we were only concerned about this. If you move, you don't move. If you're behind, you're not behind. But now, we have to put this together with this. And this is the next step on our teaching. When we practice finishing, one of the criteria for you to decide if you do a quick one, if you stop, you take a jumper, you take a floater, if you go with contact or not, is that. But another part is that. So now we forget about this part. You go behind, you get another ball, and you do it also with you. So now, again, the same thing. Attacking last bounce rule. When you make that bounce, you're in defense, and you see he's beating the defender. So you're making that last bounce. On that bounce, stop. You make the bounce, and you're ready to attack, right? But you stop a second. Your judgment is, will anybody make it on time to the circle? Anybody will make it on time to bother your shot enough so it's going to be a forced shot. We have an advantage now. We don't want to lose the advantage. We want to take a good shot. So if you think you have a space and he comes and you end up taking a super tough shot over a person that is bigger than you and stuff, then we don't want that. So your judgment is, like before, go please a little bit more outside. The judgment is, when I get here, I'm going to make it on time and it's going to be an easy one or not. If that happens, the same rule as before. Less steps and dribbles possible. One step, one dribble if you can. This or that, whatever. If you think that is not going to happen because he's active and he's a good defender or he's already there, what do you think you could do? But it's uncertain because he's active there, he's not committed, he's not there. You think, what the decision is that you think he could make it. It could bother your shot. So what would you do? You could. Also, but all of those options are with one more dribble. It's the same as before. It's the same as before. If you attack, it's not clear, then make one more dribble and see what happens. And on that second dribble is going to give you time for passing, for deciding, whatever. And then, of 2 feet or 1 foot, whatever, I prefer the most of the times of 2, but but at least make the dribble and keep it alive. And that one, you will see if the second help rotates there. And he's open, but he might be open, might be that one open. And then you judge that, okay? Just practice a few on this. Venga, use me as a reference. You beat me, and when you do that, you decide whether, now we're going to make it easy, so you make it clear. Either you go or you don't go. Bang, go. Good. Shoot, bang. Rotate somehow. Venga, you do it. Ready? Somebody else? Venga, ready? Go. Fantastic. Fantastic. Bam. Ready? Good. Bang. Good. Yeah, you can shoot it. Don't want to shoot it, huh? I can see why. Okay. No, get it. Go from the wing. Go from the wing. Similar, we practice all angles. In the game, that doesn't happen a lot. So sometimes here, sometimes baseline, sometimes you set a pick and actually do it like a pick and roll, all these options. Talking about the passing. What you did in the last pass, you did this. You were driving, and when the ball was coming up, he made the decision, so you immediately saw you had to pass, and you passed. But your pass was half second late, because when the ball came up, you moved the hand back to do this. And it's different if I am doing this, than if I am doing this. So teach the players not to load the arm to pass. Is going to avoid a lot of turnovers. In short distances, it's a lot easier. Like that. That when the moment of the pass happens, and in the simple drills like before we worked, from the moment of that pass, only go forward, not go back to push the ball. That's number one. Number two, another little rule or sentence. The shorter the distance, the less parts of the body involved in the pass. The shorter the distance, the less parts of the body. That means, you're my teammate, I want to pass to you. I'm driving, the defender is in the middle, we're this close, I just need the fingertips. I just need this, the wrist, a little bit of something, hit it. And this is a lot faster than this. That's what I mean by less parts of the body involved. As I am getting a little farther the distance, I might need a little bit of forearm, and then I might need a little bit of this. As I get farther, I might need a little bit of arm. And if I get farther, I will need probably a little bit of arm. And the farther I get, I might need one step and involve the whole body. This is a little detail that many people don't even think about it, but when you're going close and there's this distance, just passing with the fingertips, with the wrist, saves a lot of turnovers because it's faster if you don't involve the whole body to pass, okay? Practice a few more from different angles. Sometimes you start driving here, sometimes there, sometimes here, it doesn't matter. Bang. Super, bang. Muy bien, muy bien. Hang on, next one. Okay. Okay. Wait, one more, please. One more player. Ready? Wait a second, don't start. Yeah, another one here. You're here. And you're here. Stay what? Then you're. So now you decide either you go or you don't go. Bang. Go. Perfect. Bang. Switch. Switch your spots. Okay, in this case, you made a mistake that is very common too. That when you were already making here that bounce, they were already committing. You made another bounce, and when you passed, you were almost like with him. You were like a meter away from him. It's not terrible. But now it's a drill, and there is no more defenders. In a game with more defenders, that could be a problem. Because the best moment to catch the guys rotating and moving is when they are approaching. When there are always a moment where they're in no man's land and they're not doing anything. If you catch them in that moment, they will have a lot of trouble recovering and somebody will have an advantage. But if you make that extra bounce, you don't pass here and you take one more dribble or either one or two more steps, but you delay the pass, first, you're gonna give more time for the next guy to rotate. But more importantly, come here, because you're big, come here, please. You do the defense like you did. So it was like this, driving. If I pass here before you get a little farther back, so when you get this far, it's an easy pass. But if you get close to me and I pass when you're, oh, this is a lot of trouble because you occupy a lot more space. And with traffic, with more people, if you're that close and I pass, when you are that close to me, all these passes in this area, it's not that easy. That's why it's important, pass before they are ready with me, but when they are moving towards me, this is the moment of passing, okay? Try a few more. Super. Regardless if you're shooting or not, think of the stuff we said this morning about the stance and your possibility of do everything. Remember the drills about being, bang, go. And how important is the quality of the pass? Bang, go. Good. Bang. Here you go. One more. Stop. Okay, not bad, a little risky, but not bad, not bad. But you understand the point, right? Always the person with the ball to score. You are a threat, you gotta be a threat on the three-point line or on the drive. And if they gamble, like you have seen in the clips, if they gamble and they don't commit, there's no clear, keep it alive, and sometimes you might have a layup. But under control. If they commit, pass it. Pass before they get to you. Now we're going to do a drill. This is one little basic construction of this. You can do this with all the imagination that you can have arriving from half court and set up places, changing the angles, changing the position of defensive players. 2-on-1, 3-on-2, 4-on-3 as well. I recommend running progression. Don't want to go 4-on-3 and 3-on-2 too much until the players know clearly the 2-on-1 ideas, okay? But now, there's one drill we do a lot with all the ages. I do it almost every day with the pros, but we do with the youth players as well. It's a competition. I need 3 of you. It's a little bit mixed between who are, you guys are doing it? Or who are the guys doing it? Them? Okay. So, okay, I want one of you, you're going to be in front of the elbow on the three-point line, outside the three-point line. In front of the elbow, outside the three-point line, and the other one of you here on defense. It's a drill that, like as you're going to see, I'm not discovering here anything. But it's a very simple drill, trying to simplify the decisions that is fun, it's competitive, and is very, very real to apply what we want to do. It's a mix between shooting, decision making, and use of the dribble. Okay, so the defender, we play all against each other to 11 points. The points count, the catch and shoot is 3 for both players. So if I give you the ball and you make that catch and shoot, it's 3 points for each. Then for every pass or every bounce, you lose a point. And I can defend. But you have to pass behind the free throw line. I pass, I hustle, and you have to make decent passes. You cannot pass the ball terrible, so he cannot shoot. He has to be able to shoot. He can shoot or not, it's up to him. I close out, and then you can pass or you can beat me. I play defense, whatever you want. You can pass or dribble as much as you need. Stay between elbow and elbow. You can go wider because it's impossible to defend. You have to be between elbow and elbow. You cannot be wider than that. And if you make more than 3 passes or dribbles, you still can make the shot. Because if you make it, he doesn't get points. But if you miss the shot, he gets the points that you guys lose. For instance, you pass to me, close out, let me beat you on the dribble. So I go like this, one dribble, pam, pam, and I make the shot. That gets those 2 points. We get if we make it. We both get 2 points. But if I miss the shot, you get 1 point. Okay? Say again? Yeah. The same. If I'm like that, bam. If you make that shot, it's 2 points for both of us. If you miss the shot, it's 1 point for the defender. Now let's do the same. I dribble and I pass, and he dribbled. So that's 3. Because we made it, we get 0 points. Because we lost 1 dribble, 1 pass, and 1 dribble, we lost all 3 points. But by you making the shot, you avoid him from getting any point. If you had missed it, he would have 3 points. First, we rotate every time. It's not the same defender or anything. We rotate every time. First one to get to 11 wins. One point defense. Thank you. Switch. Two points for the offensive players each. Say how many you have in total. You got 3, right? No, my fault. Obviously, you cannot do that. You can only shoot. Do it again? Yeah, only shots. From mid-range, you cannot get a shot from under the basket. Stop. You broke the one restriction I gave. Yeah, because if you're too wide, it's impossible to defend. Bang, go again. 3 points if you make it. 0. Nobody gets points now. You don't get any because they didn't dribble. Or they didn't pass. One point for the defense. You see, guys, you guys are trying to do what I say. Good. But you have to pay attention to the little things. You have to pay attention to the little things. I said, you cannot be wider than the elbow, and then you both got the ball wider than the elbow. And to me, it doesn't matter. But it's important for you, because you will be in a team, and your coach is going to tell you, screen on the three-point line. And it's not the same if you do it here or if you do it here. And your coach is going to tell you, pass, cut, and seal here. It's not the same if you do it here, and it's not the same if you do it here. And it's important you pay attention to the little things that your coaches tell you. Okay? Venga, try again. That sounds like a foul to me, eh? If it's a foul, we count as a make. So on that one, you count 2 points for the 2 offensive players. 6. Wait, let's go. That's a foul or a block? This happens all the time. I don't get involved in refereeing to the guys in practice. They have to figure their way out. Either you repeat, or you say, no, okay, you're right, it's foul, or you say, okay, it's your case, not a foul. It's up to you. Two points, and now the pass was better. The pass was boom, boom, quick, and they both were ready to shoot. Stop. Go, give me the ball. Ready? Stop. You both are like this. Good, and that's the way it should be. But many times players don't practice like that. When we do shooting drills, when we are in practice doing other type of drills, we're doing the 2-on-1, we were doing it the drill before. How many times the guys were like this? And this is a habit. If you're always like that, ready to play, you will not think about it, and in games, you will see how sometimes you're going to have open shots just because you're ready, and you get the habit of being ready. Super good. Close. Who's close? So it's 2 points for the defense in that last trip. Three points for the offense. How many you guys have? 7, 8, 8. It's getting close now. 0. Oh, well. If this happened, the player that shot the ball goes to 0. Okay, but I didn't say before, so it stays in that. If it's a block doesn't count, it counts 3 points for the defender, if it's a block. Muy bien. 1 point for the offensive players. There was 2 passes. So 1 point. Zero. No points in this one. How many? 9. We got it right there. Trouble. Very good example. Very, very good example. You see what happens when and this time you weren't ready. Before you were, and now your shoulders went forward, and that made you lose completely balance. This is how important it is, all the drills we do, to teach them to be like this and not like this. Okay? Thank you. Two points for the defense. How many you have? 9, 8, 9, 9, 8. Thank you. Let's go. One more. Two point. Yep. So you got 11 and you got? 11 both. Okay. 10, 11. Okay. So now, in this drill, I always like to finish the drills, any challenging drill, any competition, with a free throw. Okay. So you both off the paint. You cannot shoot free throws where the guy is inside the paint or inside the circle. But you can do whatever you want to make him miss. It doesn't matter. If you make it, you win. If you miss it, you get 1 point less than whoever is last. In this case, you're lucky because it's only 8 and 9, right? Yeah. You got it 9. So if you miss, you go to 7. 1 point less than them. If you make a free throw, you win. Okay, keep playing. Now you got 7, and they got 8 and 9. Let's go to 11. Okay, so you talk to each other. That's a rim. Was it a foul or not?
No, I think it's...
Okay, I'm asking. I'm just asking. For the game, so it's 2 passes, right? So 2 passes, but there is 1 point for the offensive player.
I got 10.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Oh. Nice, nice. Point for the defense, so the defender wins, 11. Free throw to win. The defense wins game, right? Here you go. You got the example. Here you go. So now you win the game. Good. Good. Very good. This drill, we started doing it like a game, but we found how useful it is. Those are competitive shots. The guys are competing because they all want to win. It doesn't matter with group age you do it, with the pros, with the under 15s. They want to win and they compete. You have to be ready with the younger ones so they make good passes, But they shoot under certain pressure and they shoot with the possibility of passing and dribbling. They shoot with the possibility of passing and dribbling. It's totally different work on your shooting when you have options that they're not shooting than if you just get a partner shooting. I shoot sets of 10, which you have to do sometimes too. I'm not saying I'm not against not doing that, okay? I go with a teammate and go, venga, let's get 100 shots each. That's fine too, you can do that too, okay? To work on something on purpose. To work on something on purpose. One part I told Alejandro I wanted to talk about is just do a little bit of the conference. Today we don't have time, we do it tomorrow, only on shooting and how I train shooting and what to look for, etc. And one of the big things that I will not get deeper now is when you train shooting, you can work on the mentality, you can work on the mechanics, and you can work on the decisions. But depends on what you want to work, you have to do one drill or others. It's not the same to do drill like this one at early stages in the learning of a player. It's not good to work on mechanics. It's good to work on decision making and shoot when you can shoot. And if you cannot shoot, pass. And if you cannot do either one, then dribble, like we said before, okay? We do it from here, we do it from the wing, we do it from the other wing, and then we do a long range version. In the long range version, the catch and shoot gets 4 points, and we play to 15 points. Players love it, shoot from these far shots, okay? Okay, any questions about any of this? Now, application of more real situations on the 2-on-1, 3-on-2 catch and shoot. Passer from the wing. Shooter on the top of the key, shooter on the free throw line extended. Defender, we're going to need 2 more guys. We're going to need 2 more guys. So defender on the elbow, here, defender on the elbow. Okay. We start, no, you're there. So we want to work on your ability to catch the ball. How many times happens in games that we get the ball in the top of a key to reverse the ball or to play from one side to the other? Is that right? If this is, and I could say, this is probably the things that happens the most in a game. What other situation happens more in games? Layups? Nope. 3-point shots? Nope. Even pick and rolls, which happen a lot, don't happen as many times as what happens when we catch the ball on one side and we have to make decisions, whether reverse it, play, shoot, or whatever. So if my question for coaches is, if we think about it, and this happens so many times in a game, why we don't practice a lot this in practice? Why we don't really do it a lot in team practice and in individual practices? Let's practice the things that happen more often. If we invest time in the things that don't happen that much, might be wasting a little bit of our time. Is that right? So, understanding this, very simple situation. We start with only one defender here. Only one defender. So you're gonna be out and you jump in after. When the pass comes out of his hands, the defender has to be with one foot on the elbow. If the ball comes out of your hand, then we do the same drill, but with me coming from your side and receiving the ball, not from the front and me passing, but from here, okay? But you have to catch the ball, getting some kind of footwork to that side, okay? Giving the ball, when the ball leaves his hands, I go there. Go. And play from that situation. On that way, we can apply what we saw this morning about, pass again, catching the ball and looking to the other side, or drive. Okay? And it's a complication on the application of the blind catch that we were looking this morning. Okay? Do a few. Super. Bang. Switch. Switch. Let's get in. Yeah. Bang. Switch. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Go. Fantastic. Bang. Fantastic. Go. Okay. Not bad, but you were not ready to shoot. You saw the pass as the first option, and we don't want that. We want you, no matter what, catch, looking at them, and if your decision is to shoot, you have to link the action of grabbing the ball, your footwork, and your shooting motion in the same continuous action. Try. Perfect. Perfect. And that little pause is not bad. That little pause, don't rush the game. That's not bad. And with time, you will learn to do that more continuous. Bang. Not bad, but always make them defend your shot. They know you, they might think you're a back shooter, I don't know. They might think you're not a good shooter. Okay. But make them defend you. And we have to teach our players, it doesn't matter how old they are, that always have to be a threat. And they have to be, force him to defend you. And if he doesn't, go. And if he's defending him, obviously shoot. Just make them defend you. Bang, go. Not bad, but take shots. Just take shots, yeah. Yeah, just take a pull up after the dribble. Couple more. Bang, let's go a couple more. Okay, now we need only four of you or six. You join. We got 6 players. Thank you. We got 3 balls and partner up. We're going to do partner shooting. You know the partner shooting drill? You know what I mean by partner shooting drill or not? Like shoot, get your own rebound and pass, and you shape up and just shoot wherever you're from, you just pass to each other and shoot, and you just do it continuous. Okay, you've done that drill before? Hang on, let's go do it until the first 2 players get to 5 together. You count together as a team, the 2 guys together, okay? Bang, go get your rebound and pass. Bang, go, go. Five? Okay. Now, okay, this is the old traditional way of doing this drill, which is, it's okay. You 4 please there, because I only need one pair to show this. What is the challenge for you on the drill you have done? Just making a few shots. Okay. hustle for the rebound, okay. But I'm going to tell you one way of doing that, where you're going to do the same, but you have to make decisions while you do this, okay? We will do it like this. The guy goes to the rebound, goes and get the rebound, and when you get the ball, you have to get the ball looking at him, and not looking at the ball. So I get this shot, and I miss it, or make it, whatever. So I have to do this. I cannot catch it. The ball goes like that. I have to look for you. Okay? Number one. Number two, if you don't have the hands like this, I don't pass. So I get the rebound, I look for you, you don't have the hands. I just need him. I am you, so give me, yeah. So get the ball, look at him. Let's say you don't have the hands, don't show me the hands. So I don't pass, and I keep dribbling. And when you show me the hands, I give it to you. And you catch and shoot. And then you do the same. Go, shoot, rebound, and look at me when you rebound. No, earlier. Go again, earlier. Okay, good. I shoot, get ready. Good, get ready. Okay, and we are not like Luke Skywalker. So it's okay to look at the ball. You don't have to be 3 seconds before the catch, not seeing the ball. That's impossible, okay? But in the same way, when we work on the passes, remember I told you when the ball is halfway at the end, take your eyes off, or when the ball bounces, take your eyes off. Here's the same. You go for the rebound, and you can take your eyes off a little before you catch the ball, not 2 seconds before you catch the ball.
As if we're going on a fast break, right?
Exactly.
And you want to push the ball too.
Exactly. This is one of the uses, and we will see later, one of the uses of practicing this for big men is the defensive rebound and the outlet pass, okay? But this is just another part of it. Understood? Try to do it like I said. Bang, go. Try to do with one hand all the passes, okay? With one hand all the passes, please. Stop. Okay. All the catches with one hand, all the passes with one hand. And another thing that you did before too, and that you're doing now, is you tell him, like, I'm here, 45, or 60, or whatever, right? If you doing this drill, if you do that, you facilitate his job. And he doesn't need to look to see where you are because he hears your voice. And you're helping him with the right purpose, you're helping a teammate, but you're not helping him to do this drill. Because what I want you to do is force the catch, and you're moving anywhere. I'm going to see the rebound and catching it, and then I have to look for you, and I want that uncertainty to happen. Hey, go. Keep going. You can shoot twos. You don't have to shoot threes all the time. Eh? If no hands, no pass. Stop. Pump. Pass. It's not a problem missing the shot, so I try to do the things right. Bang, go again. Oh, shit. Keep trying. Let's go. Venga, quick passes. No, it doesn't have the hand. You didn't see his palm like that. If you don't see the palms like that, don't pass. If he's like this, don't pass.
So I need to calm down the games. That's what you're saying. Okay. I got you.
Okay, better. Stop. When you are the shooter, I want you either to have the hands like this or clearly have the hands like that, okay? So he can make the difference because it's not that clear what your signals are. And that, wait a second. This happens in many of the drills that I've been showing you. The coaches at first show how to do it and give the signals, and as soon as possible, you have to get them to learn it, how to do it, because they can help each other a lot better if they know how to do it. But you have to understand why we're doing it and the purpose of doing it to help each other. Hey, go. Super. He's an actor too. Jesus. Good. One hand, the rebound, catch with one hand. Practice our grips. Dribble, 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 dribble. Keep it alive, keep it alive. And when you see it's open, you pass. No rush, no rush, no rush. All right, thank you, thank you. Sit down, they deserve now this time. Very good. Oh, I forgot the next thing. Okay, give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes little break, please. 5 minutes little break. Now we do only one in front. The dribble to cross, to change side, crossover in front of you. Go, one, bang. Dribble at the same time, you stay with the foot on the ground. Yes, all the time is the same. Dribble, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stop. The challenge for you now is to maintain that rhythm I told you, the 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. In basketball, you cannot things at the same speed. Go all the time quick is not good. Go all the time slow is not good. The players that get more advantage are the players that know how to change speed, even if they are not very quick, but know how to change speed and when to change speed. So very important you do 1, 2, 3. Understood? Now try to do the same, but the dribble between the legs. Yeah.
So the first dribble, is it this and then...
1, 2, and 3. Exactly. Perfect.
And then it's this.
And not that one. Wait until pam, pam, and here. Make. Go. Keep going, keep going. 1, 2, 3. Now do the third, do that dribble behind the back, the same. Okay, now we teach them the 3 basics. You remember the play I showed you before, the clip, that you had the pointer was doing this, left and right, and then the pointer would go, that's the one he did that dribble, like head left, that was the play. You do this, you do 1. If I'm going to be changing as you move, I'm going to be changing 1, 2, and 3, so you have to change as you're doing it, 1, 2, and 3. In front, between the legs, behind the back. And non-stop. Non-stop. Understood? See? Yeah, so we start like this as 1. So we go like, sure, 2. I make a mistake. What? I have to react as you see my fingers. Ready? No, you go to the number 8 table. And if I catch you in the middle, then you might not do it that time, do it after. But many times I will catch you when you're here. And this is the challenge. From here, you don't know if you're going to do this, this, or this, and you get skills to react in the last second and do it without a problem. Understood? Ready? Go. Here you go. Good. Now we're ready. Good, 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 good. your head looking up. But the problem is that I tell them, you do 1, 2, 3, and dribble at the same time, and dribble at the same time, and we're putting the foot a little before the step. And my theory is that that might not be important in games, but that might be. But it's important in my head as a player and in my discipline. If you want, your brain tells you the order to your hands and your feet to do this at the same time. This is not this, or this is not this. And if you want to do something on purpose, you have to do it right. You have to do what you want. Sometimes it comes from an order from a coach, but sometimes it's you that you want to do something. Don't allow yourself to do it wrong. Just do it right. Because it's not natural, it's a habit that we don't have. So I rewind a little and we start from basic. I want you to be, let's go on the red, everybody on the red line. I'm gonna do a very simple, leave the balls on the ground. Everybody goes behind this line. Everybody goes behind this line. And whenever I tell you, you walk from this line to the baseline, and walk normally, it's not a race. Wait. Okay? And everybody behind the line, and you walk normally like this. When you get here, you walk back to that line. Ready? When I say go, you go. When I say, I haven't said yet. Okay. Go. Walk normal. Walk normal. No, not walk normal. Walk. Ready again? And walk normal. Move your arms like walk normal. Ready? Like that. Go. Is any of you left-handed? Oh, any of you that does things with the left, or all of you are right-handed, not only shooting, but in general terms of life, doing stuff? Everybody? You are? Okay. The normal thing for a right-handed people, right-handed person is, what anybody is, as you walk and as you walk, you move the opposite arm. This is the normal walking pattern for everybody, right? I want you to walk now, at the same time, moving the arm on the same side. Moving it together like this. Okay, go. Move the arm, not only this, but the arm. How does that feel? Totally weird, isn't it? Like a robot, like it seems like your legs are going to go this way and the arms are going to go other way, right? That's because it's the not natural coordination. We have to do many of these coordination drills so you don't feel that in a few months. And work like this feels a lot more natural and will allow you, when you play games, to do this right a lot more naturally. And dribble with the left, with the right, at the same time you step with the right foot instead of doing this. And getting the first step at the same time you do this instead of the habit of doing that. Okay? Now walk with the ball dribbling and dribble at the same time with the right hand. Dribble at the same time. You step the right foot on the ground and walk. Go. Same, but dribble. At the same time you step with the right foot. Only with the right. Hang on, go. Keep walking a few times. At the same time you step with the right. And you can see, it's not natural, some of them are going like a little like that. Left and left. Left. Dribble hard. At the same time, dribble hard. Try to keep your normal pattern of walking. Don't walk like this. together, the two balls for you, together, the two balls for you, you get another ball and you do it on your own. Okay, now we're going to do the same, but you're dribbling the ball at the same time. You both dribble at the same time, you step with the foot of that side. Same time. Okay? Bang. Go. Go, go. Now give the ball to the other, you guys do it. If I show you the hand, when any drill with two balls, if I show you the hand, you pass me the ball on that side, straight pass, you pass me the ball on that side. Okay? If I show you one hand and I look at you, don't give me all the balls at the same time, please. Just the person I get eye contact. Alright? Go. No, the other hand. Good. Switch towards the other guy. Ready? And go. The other ball. My right hand is your left. Go again. If I have my hand low, you have to make a bounce pass. Don't catch the other one. Change. And let's go. One more. Stop. More difficulties as we progress. I showed you to give me this ball. If I give you the ball to the other hand, the hand you have the ball, you have to cross that over and catch it with this. But if I give you the ball, then you have to pass one ball to him. And the ball of the hand that I give you. So if I pass you there, you pass that ball. Understood? Okay, let's go. No, the other hand. I'm telling you. Not helping. It's going to be difficult. Venga, let's go. Super. Oh shit. Sorry. Not here to the one. Okay. Very simple drills to learn to bounce the ball at the same time and start getting the habit of doing this instead of doing this. Okay? One ball each now. More drills for this. One ball each. I want you to jog freely, doing anything you want. When you see me showing one, you have to, and no matter what hand you have the ball, you have to make the next bounce at the same time you stay with the foot of that side. One. And if I show you two, you have to take the very next dribble, one step at the same time with the opposite foot. So it's like this. You will be walking like this, I don't care, doesn't matter, but you move. One. Here. Two. With the hand that you are dribbling, it's just either the same foot or the opposite foot. Just move freely in any direction. Go. Up. Jogging, slowly. Work on your handles. Left, right. Very good. But go somewhere. Like do the step going somewhere. Don't stop. You can do it and then move and keep going. What will you do? Pass to him. Super. No, to me, to him, eh? Again. Super. Okay, stop. Okay, very good. We create a little bit of random movement, and they don't know if they're going to have to pass forward, left, or right, and they have to be aware who does not have the ball. So they have to make a few decisions, and it's not a mechanical repetition of doing something. They don't know which foot they have to move. So we teach them to carry the ball, and sometimes it's going to be like this, and sometimes it's going to be this, sometimes it's going to be this. Okay? And you can make up any rule for any of this, trying to make them learn any pattern of movement on their feet. This is good for any player, any age, any position. It doesn't have to be a guard at all. Another drill for this. The number I give you now is going to be the number of steps that I want you to take between dribble and dribble. So, when I show you one, it's every dribble, one step. So it's like this. That's one. Every dribble, one step. No steps without dribble. Two, you have to dribble every 2 steps, every second step. So if I start dribbling on my left, every time I put the left on the ground, I have to bounce the ball. Okay? You can change the dribbling hand if you want. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. I go 3. This one is on the left. 1, 2. Next one on the right. 1, 2. Next one on the left. Okay? Think about it. Let's go. Up. It's good. Every time on the same foot. You gotta bounce the ball every time. That foot you're doing now, that foot touches the ground. All the time the same. Left, 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 left. Or right, right. Whatever, all the time the same. 1 again. 1. Every step, 1 dribble. Every step, 1 dribble. 1, 1. Every step, 1 bounce. Every step, 1 bounce. Like this. Wait. And now stop. You're learning, and I'm helping you, and I'm saying it, but I will be changing it. I don't want to do it today because it's complicated. But you're only walking in one direction. In the same way, you go. I'm doing it on the left. Left. Can go left, right, spin, move, any direction. Okay? Another drill. These drills are very important, so it becomes natural for them to change the rhythm of the dribbling and the rhythm of the steps. Why is that important? For instance, it's very important for one-on-one. Develop the ability to change the steps and take several steps between bounce and bounce, dribble like this, or and then change. Make it a lot more difficult to defend because it makes you unpredictable. Point guards, when they're not good level, they do this. That rhythm, monotone rhythm, is super easy to steal. It's super easy to provoke a turnover in a guy that dribbles the ball all the time at the same rhythm. Now, another drill. It's a footwork I like a lot, and I work a lot, especially when the guys are injured, the professional players are injured, to work with jump stops. I want you to lift the ball off the ground and do this footwork all the time. All the time. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. In any direction, all the time. And the legs still look down. Now, any move, spins, right foot to the right side, right foot to the left side, left foot to here, sometimes like this, sometimes like that, sometimes like this, sometimes like this. Any pattern of movement you want. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now with the ball, and you can only dribble on the 1. You cannot dribble on the 2s. You can only, and you have to dribble in every 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Go. And don't care, that's dribble. cannot catch the ball. Keep dribbling. You're playing one-on-one. You cannot catch it. 1, 2. Don't make up more difficult things. It's not 1, 2, 3. It's not 1, 3. 1 and jump. 1 and jump. 1 and jump. Stop. We still have difficulties throwing the ball at the same time. So pay attention to every time there is a 1, could be opposite or could be the same, but make the bounce at the same time. And then do the job, the hop, carry the ball, don't stay too long, and move next one. 1, 2, 1, 2, a little more. Go, go. A few seconds more. Super, super. Fantastic now. Perfect. Now on the 3-point line, you do it 2 times, and on the third 2, shoot. Off a jump stop, take a shot. Go. Bang, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, and shoot. We go gradually applying to more real. We do a drill. Come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, shoot. And do it real to the basket. 1, 2, 1, 2, get to the mid-range. Bang. Give me spins too. Okay, now, outside the 3-point line, everybody. We do it from here, and we go 1, 2, and on this first one, we do a hesi. We make the defender believe we're going to get a jumper stop. We use the non-dribbling hand to pretend, make him believe we're catching the ball. So go both sides, and then cross. Or this side, cross, and shoot. 1 hesi, 1, 2, pull up the jump shot. Go. Stay simple. Yeah, keep going and just do what I did. Don't do more difficult things. At the same time, still dribble at the same time, you make that 1. Okay, stop. We don't have time to get into deep corrections, but just a quick one. 1, 2. This hand, pretending catching it. Ideally, do the hesi without carrying the ball like this, and do it when the ball is coming up. So, this is not a curry. I have my hand on top of the ball. I'm not holding it. And now, another thing we work on with this is, after the hesi, don't pull up a shot, cross, and take 1 step, 1 dribble, and finish left, left, or right, right, like this. Okay? Hey, go. Second. Keep going, keep going. Yeah. Finish of 1 foot, left, left, or right, right. Super. Good. Good. Left. Don't be safe. Don't be safe making that shot with the right. Be safe. It's fine. Good. Good. Okay. Good. Please have a seat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Same as this morning. Once you get the pattern, you get the move, and that is part of you. You will not think about it until you do it in practice, and you will do it again. It will come out of you for sure when it's interiorized. Understood? Now, a little routine I do on finishing and use of the hands for any player, and I do it a lot when they're injured, and when they're not injured, some players really need it. From under the basket, I cannot say enough how much I like the old mic and drill under the basket to finish with hooks on both sides. I'm not going to explain that one, but starting with that, which I love it, I think is very important. And some old school drills are important for certain reasons, okay? Not to do it 2 hours, but to do it 1 minute, 2 minutes, to learn to shoot hooks and to learn proper footwork, 1, 2, 1, 2, for instance. But my routine is a little different. So what I wanted to do is to teach a player to use the hand and give the player all the patterns of movement possible and possible spins that we want to have. Because if you cannot dunk, you need to have ability in the touch of the fingertips. So start from no moving to moving a lot. If the guy is injured, he cannot move, it's ideal because you can do it under the basket. So first we start like this, from underneath, and using extension, good. Ideally from the chest, diagonally 45 degree and pump. 1, 2, then 1 and 2, and 2. Well, nobody goes in, right? So we got same side and cross. Same side and cross. Cross. Oh, that. But you see all these different patterns of fingertips action I am doing, the different speeds. First, without moving. Second, a little more distance, and we take 1 step without dribbling. 1 time left and 1 time right. Here. Like this and like this. Then on the other side. 1 foot, the other, 1 leg the other. No moving, 1 step. Then 1 dribble and 1 step. So we go both options. Starting, for instance, like this. 1, 2, pump. Then 1, 2, pump. Same on this side. 1, 2, pump. All of them, as I studied from here and from here. So on these ones as well, with 1 step, 1 dribble, 1 step. Same, all facing back to the baseline, and then 1 dribble, 2 steps. And then 1 dribble and 2 steps. With 1 hand, with the other hand. So you start from no moving to moving a little to moving a little more. 5 minutes once we teach them, and in this type of routine, this is just an example. You can do obviously whatever you want. But creating routines for players that they get the habit of doing every day, 5 minutes before practice, 10 minutes before practice, is very, very useful because you get certain habits that if you invest in one thing 5 minutes every day, after a month, the improvement is tremendous. Just that. And I guarantee you, if you do a simple thing like this, just on finishing, try to work on different spins, different ways to do it, you will feel how much you improve your control of the ball finishing near the basket. And the more skill you get, the farther you can go. And shooting off the glass, trying to aim different spots on the glass. Sometimes on the screen, the corner of the glass, sometimes there, sometimes a little higher, sometimes a little lower, depends on what you want to do, but on purpose, not just throwing the ball, see what happens. On purpose, trying to do one or the other. Okay? Well, any questions about this? Very important routine to work on finishing near the basket. More. Shooting routines. Anybody seen the video on YouTube with Steve haven't, I recommend you search it, you go, still not 20 minutes routine or shooting, I don't know how it is. Basically what he does is create a routine for workout his own 20 minutes on certain type of shots. And for players, you can do it on your own, say, okay, I'm going to practice this type of shot. Let's say, take 10 shots of every type of, 5 shots for every, I would say 10. For instance, 10 times, I throw the ball to myself, I don't need a coach or anybody. Go, pump, shoot it. Get my rebound, come back, pump, shoot it. Then, 10 more, kick and roll, split, pump, shoot it. Then, attack the baseline, come back to the middle, and floater of 2. Whatever. You can create your routines. Your coaches can help the players to create their routines, because they don't have the knowledge too, and you do have it. And help them to find the type of shots they need to develop and work on more. Very important and very good ones, because they don't need you. And at least in Spain and Germany, happen a lot. Whenever there's a team arriving in practice, there is gym available, which often there is not. If there is gym available, you guys arrive there and you see the guys doing nothing with a purpose, just shooting or whatever, which is not terrible. But if they would have a routine, if they had a routine that they know, I'm coming before 30 minutes before practice, and I'm going to take 10, 15 minutes to do this every day on something specifically and with a purpose, not just anything that will improve a specific area of your games. I recommend you encourage the players to do it, you encourage the players to create and help them create. The first time I got to think about this, I don't know if you know a player, you might not know it in Canada. He retired a few years ago. He's an American player, played in Spain. In Real Madrid, played in EuroLeague for many years. It's called J.C. Carl. J.C. he was a legend in Spain. And in Spain, we signed him in Gran Canaria when I was assistant coach there a few years ago. And so J.C. was coming out of college, he played in Italy, and he was very keen on working on his own game. So I go one day, tell me, can you help me rebound, and I gotta do some stuff. I go, okay. So just give me a minute, a day off, go and shoot. And he started doing this, and he explained to me, I'm going to do this, 10 of this, 10 of this, 10 free throws, spot of threes, everything on his own. I didn't need to pass him or anything. And he had a piece of paper under the basket, and then after every step, came down the road, 9 of 10, 10 of 10, 8 of 10, whatever. So after the whole thing, got like 250 shots. I knew exactly how many makes and how many misses of 2s, 3s, pull-ups, or free throws. Well, the story that I told Jason, I was like, this is fantastic. How do you came up with this? And he goes, when I was in high school, my coach told us when the season ended, well, I gave you a routine, and he gave me a piece of paper with the same routine for the whole team. I told him, look, during the summer break, just do it as many times as you can. Do it whatever you can. You can do it every day, perfect. If you can do it just once a week, whatever, just try to do it. And that piece of paper, you write the names, the misses, and it's a pity you have clips of this. I think it's the leading scorer of Real Madrid in this. Anyway, Jason was incredibly, this is barely 190, and when he came to Gran Canaria, he looked like under 15, muscle-wise. When I saw him first time, I was like, I cannot believe this is the American we signed. I'm telling you, it looked like, but then you see him play, wow, how quick, how like focused on everything, how disciplined, everything he was. And he said, that summer, the coach gave us that paper, I did it every day. I loved it. I love basketball, I was with the ball every day, I did it every day. So he came back after the summer with I don't know how many thousand shots taken and made. nobody else did it. Like some of them did a few times or whatever, but nobody else did it. And when we talk about talent, and this morning we were talking about, was this morning or was yesterday when we were talking about talent code? Remember? Was this morning? I'm losing my mind. In this common discussion of what is talent or not, this guy was unbelievably good shooter, coming off a screen, pull up, middle paint, floaters, unbelievable. And to me, it was one of the less talented players I have coached, I have been with at top level. Because the way I understand talent is more the ability to improvise, the ability to create, to react to unexpected things. And the talent he had was the discipline, the determination, the focus, the concentration, which is obviously a lot. But, and I'm like a talent, like a natural ability to play. He had all of that. And through his tireless work, he became almost, he couldn't miss on any type of shot because he worked so focused every day, boom, boom, boom. And you could see when he was in the court in practice, before practice, I never saw him taking a bullshit shot with no focus. Never. I never saw him. It was in every shot, if he was going to shoot, got the ball, he could jump shot, tense, intense, ready. It was not bullshit. That's why I was thinking, well, it's not about talent, it's a lot more important the work you put. But sometimes the players don't know, and we have to give them these tools. So help them to create something, to create routines, to create habits that help them also to discover maybe things that they don't know they might have, okay? Or help them to be successful in something. We'll talk a little bit more tomorrow about shooting. I'm going to show you a couple of clips. Yeah, because we spoke before about the injuries. Okay, this is a case with a former player of us, played with us in EuroLeague, played with Žalgiris in Lithuania, also in EuroLeague. His name is Tyler Kavanagh, and he got this injury in his leg, so he couldn't walk, he couldn't move. So immediately, when a player gets injured, we set up a plan. We talk about what can we do when you're injured. What can we improve? There's always you can do. Always. There's not such a thing that, no, I have this injury, I cannot do nothing. Nope. We gotta find a way. In some cases, you might even see, watch video. That might be the improvement. In this case, as he couldn't move, we start doing this. And then we got this stool. It's not a chair, it's a little higher than a chair, because I find the chairs very uncomfortable at this. You're doing some dribbling, but as soon as you're doing a little more applied for shooting and for passing, it's a little better, that type of thing. So he was working as a post player. He's a 4-3 that he plays. He's a good shooter, he plays outside, but he also plays inside with some post moves. And I was working with him on what I showed you before, his reaction of from the post, passing, and getting those quick passes when the ball is coming up. All these things I've been telling you the whole day. So I'm passing, and he has to pass the ball when I pass him my ball. And if I make one type of pass, he has to do other thing. And if I do this, depends on what I do. If I gave him that signal, I point at the rack, then he had to dribble the ball under the rack. He didn't get it very often, so he was very happy with that. And if I point at the blue ball, I give a pass, and I think it's here, my fault. I point at the ball, like now, I point at the ball, and he had to hit double. Making other type of pass that is happening in games. Sometimes you're playing one-on-one, and you see somebody over there, somebody make that pass, and sometimes you make that pass. And it's an example of something we can do with an injured player. But later, he's coming out of the injuries a little better. He's still, you can walk, and he can now do a lot more than walking. So we work on the line catch and trying to receive the ball, looking at the plays. So that sometimes happens. And pass the ball to himself, and I was getting that position because in how many times in games there's a high-low flash, there's a mismatch, there's a cut from there that the player flashes to the high post, and sometimes you shoot when you go to the high post, sometimes you play high-low, but you're playing, you're doing things. So in this case, practicing the ability to catch the ball, look, make decisions, and pass from that position. And if the defense arrives, do other things. Could be a shot, could be a dribble and walk in. Again, it's like he's not at full speed. He can really work on these things. And slowly walking and trying to get the ball that, which is a little easier, obviously, than you run. Because this, from the high post, and now this is imitating a roll. Imagine here a pick and roll, the guy is passing to him, and I am the defender of the corner. So when you're playing this roll, here, you're playing the pick and roll, I am with you. You're playing the great ball, you're playing the pick and roll, I am with you there. And you pass, and on my pass, I have to recognize if my teammate is open, if I'm open, if he's there, the help is rotating or not. And when somebody's injured, gives you the chance to practice this walking. And the catch, the look with low speed. And it's the process of interiorize that from simple to real. And if the defender is in the paint, stop and pull up a shot. For instance, a little bit more advanced. The guys, this is a pre-practice skills work before the team practice. And we have here, I'm working there with Luke Sigma, with Luis Olinde, Peyton Siva is there. have many combinations of feet, handles, dribbles, that. And then with the coach showing the hand like I am doing there. So when you dribble, sometimes I pass the ball, I show you the hand like this. But sometimes I show you the hand when the ball is like this. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, sometimes it's this hand, sometimes it's this hand. That uncertainty is crucial for them to learn anything. Anything. And if you get two of them, two of you, coaches, okay, we're going to do it without moving, we're going to do it more complicated. So you do the same, you do the same. So if I go one, you will go on the left in front, and the right and the left. Okay, go. Like one, like this, perfect. Like that. Okay, now you are moving, and now we'll do different rounds. If I pass to you, then you pass me the other one. Keep doing the other one. One. Pass the ball with the hand, I give it to you. One. On the other hand. Good. One. Quickly. Good. Okay? As you don't know which one you have to pass, you train with the possibility that anything can happen. And you train every type of pass. Sometimes the ball is like this, sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's this, sometimes it's this. Plus, if I shoot the hand and you don't have the ball, and I pass to you, you do both. And I pass you to me. And now the ball is coming from your side. Alright? So now ready? Good. Quick. Very good. Good. Super. Okay? It's just an idea of doing something with the feet, but always having the pass. Always having the pass there, so they don't dribble the ball thinking they are the only players in the court. Anything you want to do with your feet, anything you want to do here, if you can again play like you don't realize you have the ball, like you don't need to see the ball, if you're like this, because you're watching the others play, there's different when you dribble, because you're not here as a team when you dribble. Alright? This dribble, any questions about any of this? Okay? Yeah.
The signals, will you have them running have them all practice, like any drill, how to set up
There's certain rules. That's why it takes time to get to learn all this reaction to this. Pass, bounce pass, shot, left. But you can make your own, and they don't have to be always the same. In certain reality, it's better to keep switching them randomly, so they have to be regularly aware of thinking. There's a couple of things I tell them all the time. And it's basic in the individual training, the skills training for me. Is the uncertainty of what is happening is crucial for them to learn. So they don't know exactly what's happening. It could happen, there's a few options in everything we do. Sometimes it's this, sometimes that, and you don't know what's going to happen. So that forces you to be ready, to be able. That's number one. Can you know? You were asking again? Yeah. If I get back to the thinking I was having, I can tell you later. Sorry. Any other question? Any other thought? This players, we gotta practice with them on the individual trainings, on the skills training. We gotta practice the things that are not clear. hesitation. It's like, oh, it's a shot, it's a pass. The problem, and when the players make most mistakes, is when it's not clear. And in those cases there is no clear, we have to set a priority. For instance, give me the ball, I'm open, I'm receiving the ball again. I'm here, my defender is 3 meters away, but I know I have to take a shot. Clear. If I get the ball, okay. If I get the ball, the defender is close to me, then I drive. It's clear. But when I catch the ball and the defender is half, so he's faking, he's aggressive, he's showing the hand, and making me hesitate, that's the one that's really difficult. Because hesitation is what makes the shooting percentage goes up. Hesitation. If you play in any competition you go against any team and you know this player is a good shooter. And this player knows he's going to shoot all the time, and his coach is not going to get him off. If he misses 10 shots, he will not hesitate no matter what. Hesitation can come from many different sources. But our job is make the offensive player hesitate, so he makes a mistake. That's why, turning around, on offense, when we practice our offensive skills, we have to make sure we don't hesitate. That's why I told you before the first thing. Shoot when you can shoot, pass if you cannot shoot, and dribble if you cannot do anything of the other two. Because in that case, that sentence, I set up the priority of shooting. Right? Shoot when you can shoot. I catch the ball, I'm within my shooting range, I'm open, I shoot. And that eliminates hesitation. In the 2-on-1 shooting drill competition we were doing here before, there was some action that was not clear. And then dribble hesitated, you made a pass, you make a dribble, was like that. My recommendation is establish a priority. For me, it's a shot, because I know I'm a good shooter. But for somebody like me, right hand drive. So when it's a 50-50 play, do what you want to do. If you're good at something, just do it. And make the defense defend that. Make the defense stop you on that. And you will eliminate half of the plays where it is not that clear. Because even if it's not that clear, but you have inside of you the priority that what you want to do in case of that not clear, then it will automatically stop not being clear and it will be clear for you. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? That's why it's so important when we train with priorities and we let them know what the priorities are. And according to your philosophy, your team can have whatever you want. I'm just giving you an example of what I like, because also my trainings, I think it's very important for the players to feel that I give them that confidence of shooting. Okay? And I think the team is very important. But the purpose is eliminate the hesitation. Eliminate the hesitation. Make sense? A little bit? Not much? Okay. Any question?
I do.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk a little bit about youth development. We discuss you and I for maybe 2 minutes before lunchtime. Let's say you coach, I don't know, 10 years old, 11 years old, or 12-year-olds, and they can't shoot the three because their mechanic is not there. You don't want to space them inside because you want space on the floor. So the play goes on, defense comes, I kick it out to you, you get the ball. The defense is sagging, right? The defense doesn't close out. Both hands are down. You're talking to 11 and 12 years old. What do you teach them? What do you say to them? Because eventually the reflex you want to build into them is like, if there's a hand down, I shoot in your face. But in that case, which is most of the cases for young kids, that situation happens. And you said earlier, well, I would put them in a position where they would be able to score on the catch. Well, if that would be the case, most of the players would be centered around the key at that age. So I'm trying to do our program the right way for young ones, build the right habits. What do you think of?
Okay, in this case, like I told you before, I think I would like to make the little closer in the space for our not that But if even with that it's not working well, what I will tell them is to shoot regardless. And I will explain to them. And I will tell them, look, I think this is good for you because it will develop the habit of you of shooting. And shooting is very important, basketball. And tell them this because we also tell them, and you will miss a lot of those shots. And there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. But as soon as the time goes by, we practice more, and we practice more, and we'll get bigger, we'll get stronger, you will start making those shots. But if you, at your 10-year-old, you don't get the habit of looking at the basket and trying to score, it will be not that easy to get that habit when you get older. And you will develop a habit of fear of missing or not shooting, which I think you have to choose is a lot worse. And I prefer them to have a habit of shooting regardless of that. I'm going to tell you an example of the extreme. And I was a maniac when I was young and coaching kids in the rules I had. For instance, coaching mini basket in Spain, it was under 12. And some of the kids, like in mini basket, most of the kids get to the basket from the free throw line. In Spain, the 3-point line in mini basket is the paint. Or everything outside the paint is free, which is super for the children. But the free throw line is still free throw line. So some of the kids didn't arrive because they were the 9, 8-year-olds that didn't arrive. So, and I was a little maniac on that, and I said, it's more important that you learn to shoot properly. So try to shoot the way you practice on the shooting practices I have, shooting drills I did with them, with the mechanics and all that. That's probably different now. But even with that, the kids did not reach the basket, some of them. So I told them, I don't mind, go one step in front and shoot from here. And they go, well, if the referee should not say it's no good. I say, well, good. Well, we will not get the point. You go and shoot. And you shoot the right way. That's how maniac I was. I probably would not do that now. Okay? But in my mind at that time was more important the habit of doing it right than not getting the point, not playing that game. And I try to explain to the kids, this is what I probably didn't like because I didn't play the kids wanted to get the point, obviously. But this is how much a little bit idea on that. Okay? Any other question, please? Yeah, keep on.
Let's say you have.
Because now we start like a few minutes of questions, and so this conversation is perfect. Okay? So yeah.
Let's say you have a 12-year-old that's his first basketball practice. Right? Played a bit, but doesn't know any footwork, doesn't know how to do a layup and stuff. You put him into decisions, drills that will have to make him do a decision before learning the basic mechanics of layups, shooting, whatever. Do you go for the decision at the same time as you teach the mechanics for early on?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But when you have kids like that, players like that, it could be in any age that there is a difference between some players and others in the same team. It could happen. And you have to find a way to adapt to that and make it useful for all of you. Because if you do something just thinking of that kid, you're going to be bored and useless for others. But if you do something for the better player in that team, it's going to be unmanageable for him. So you have to find a way to split groups, to do a little bit of something, a little bit of the others, and progressively try to teach this kid how to do these little things. But decision making can be adapted to any age. Just simplify drills to the extent that there is still level allows you to do it. The most simple decision-making drill where we do the 2-1, but there's another very simple drill I have done, I know that when I was a kid. Just stand up, come here with me, just stand on the line. The typical drill that you're in the middle, and you try to hit the ball from us and you try to pass, right? So that's all, a lot of times. Good. Like this, try to pass, whatever. If I pass, you touch the ball, then you do the same thing. But this is a decision-making drill. But if you do it randomly without telling them anything, it could be good. They might learn what to do, but we have to tell them the purpose, what we want to do. And again, if you try then you have to find a way to get the ball to the teammate, whatever that. If you see the hands of the defender like this, then you gotta try to find goal. If you have the defender like this, you gotta try to pass on the gaps of the ears, stuff like that, right? But this is a simple decision-making drill. Almost any kid, 8-year-old, 9-year-old can do that. For instance, I'm just telling you a very simple thing. Another decision-making drill, the one we were doing, where after dribble with this foot or that foot with the hand, you can do that with hand. So it's compatible. We just gotta find drills that they are simple enough. The drill we're doing with the square, moving around and crossing, this is something that you can do with any age, and this is a decision because when they cross, when there is somebody running like this or like this, they have to decide whether they stop, they go left or they go right. This is a decision you have to make. But we make it look like a game, like a fun thing to do, but at the end of the day they are working on your game, they're working on decisions that they will happen before. Okay? Clear? More or less? Another thing about development, this is, every time I say this in studies, there's a little bit of controversy with this. And I keep telling my people in our Berlin at the field level, I would like to forbid the layups. I would like them not to teach layups and don't ever do it again. And this is like I was taught that since I was a kid. It's the first thing you pretty much learn. You shoot how you shoot the basket. You go 1, 2, 1. And the reason why I would like that to be banned from the Hall of Fame and just forbid everybody to get is because it's one of those skills that you teach when they're young that you have to teach them not to do when they are old or when they are grown up. Because in all the skills we did before, and the decision making in one, for instance, you were dribbling, and sometimes you take layups. But there was the almost never, but this is the reality. If you see a game under 12, a lot of layups happen. Because there's a lot of one-shooter situations, steals, and the full court stuff, that a lot of times. But as you grow, and then you get the most of the time is a charge. It's a forced shot, it's a turnover. And this is the clips I showed you when the guys were driving, catching the ball, go 1, and shooting over the defender, stuff like that. That's all. No clear, one more dribble. Not there. No dribble, pick up the ball, go 1, 2. Make one more dribble and decide. And then go, maybe 1 step, or maybe 2 steps, but a quick 2 steps, go to the basket. And when they are young, we teach them to do that all the time, and we never, or almost never, teach them to go to the basket of 2 quick. And how much faster is a 1-2 layup than it's of 2 quick? How much? Could be a little bit. But why do we teach them since they're young? 1 step, same foot, opposite foot, last step, right, left, left, right, but only do 1 step, not 2 steps. Or we will teach them right, right, left, left. Not the normal legs. I guarantee you, and this is a personal bet, that if you don't teach a layup in the whole year, still the players will know how to do it. You think if you don't teach your team when they're younger, okay? If you don't do a layup in practice, whatever the age is your team, they will not do it in the game if they have a chance to do it. One of the things they will find way to do it. I really think they will do it. And I would rather invest the time on something else that when they get older, I don't have to take away of their arsenal. For instance, the same one skill that we teach a lot and is absolutely useless for me is this. If one ball, please. Is this. How many videos you see on Instagram? People doing it. Like all kinds of super difficult handle dribbling exercises, looking down, and and all that, looking at the corner, looking at the teammate without passing the ball. You can be super good at hands, super good, and be better than your dribble. Not bad. But if you don't pass to the teammate when they're open, your coach is going to go nuts. Is that right? You can make that shot. And some coaches, if you make that shot, they go nuts too. But if you miss it, it doesn't. And what if we teach them to dribble? So later in games, they over dribble, get them off. We don't want them to dribble. Do you guys want your team, everybody to catch a ball dribble? No, you want them to dribble sometimes, but some of the time not. So what we teach them something that we don't want them to do? No, because of the hand, they work with the hands. Dribble is one part of the hands. It's not only that. Catching, activating the hands, catching the ball one hand, looking at the pitch. All these things are good for activating the hands and working with your hands. And dribbling is part of it, but if in the dribbling exercise you don't include a pass, you're teaching them. You see, when we were doing all these drills, they were looking up all the time. They were looking up all the time. And then you tell them, hey, look out, look at my hand, look at my no. I didn't, because they just did it. Because that was a trick. And if you do that all the time, you will create the habit of them looking out to dribble and act naturally on the fact of dribbling, just looking at others play. And there's nothing too wrong with that. But if you dribble, there's a responsibility that comes with dribbling, which is that you have to be able to get the ball to the team that is open. If you're not the one open, and if you cannot get the ball to that person because your skills are not good enough to do this, or the mouse, do this, then you hurt the team. And when you get to the level of Irving, Steph Curry, then any of them, when you get to that level, fine, then you do it. But those guys, they are that as good as those players, to get to that level, they need a lot more things. A lot more things, not that. And that is not the passport to get to that level. There's a lot of things to get to that level. So I'm totally against teaching dribbling. Totally against it. And I'm on teaching dribbling and handling with shot signal involved, with pass signal involved. And from there, building to the reality of the game, to the actions that will happen in the court more often, like reversal passes, post matches, down screens, cuts. All those actions happen in the game all the time. And then we will need to know how to react to those. Any question about any of that? Okay. Tomorrow we will go a little bit further.
Okay.